Hey Hemingway's family, this is Chef Lewis over from Hemingway's Tavern, and today we're going to show you how to make tostones, okay? Why do you need to make tostones? You need really good green plantains, okay? You got to make sure they're green. You see that? Alright, you don't want them to be yellow, okay? Because when they're yellow, they're sweet. Plantains change flavor as they ripen, so when they're green, they're savory, and that's exactly what you want to do tostones. Even though there's some people that like their tostones sweet, for the most part, tostones should be done with savory green plantains. You're also going to need a bowl or a plate that's got a circular bottom so that you can press your tostones down once you fry them the first time, okay? And then you can also might have a home, or you can buy them at places like Publix or Spanish places, a tostonera, which is basically a wooden tool that helps you make the tostones. This one right here is for making cups of plantains that you can stuff with either shrimp, steak, and all kinds of stuff. And then you're going to need your salt, because once they come out of the second frying, you're going to have to salt them to make them taste real good, okay? So, green plantains, you're going to need salt, you're going to need something to press your tostones, and then you're going to need obviously a knife to cut the tostones down. The first thing you want to do is take your plantain, you want to cut both ends off, like this, and then you're going to take a knife and you're going to cut slightly just into the skin on the side of the plantain, just like that. You do not want to cut into the actual plantain. All you want to do is cut the skin, and that's how we're going to start the process into doing tostones. Alright, so let me show you up close how to peel the plantain. So what we've done is cut both ends off, and we did the line just like I told you. So all you're going to do is get with your finger right here. If you have gloves, it's a lot better because it wouldn't get underneath your nails. And all you do is rip apart the little corner and put your finger through like this. And all you do is slide through, and that will come out all in one piece, just like that. That's how you're going to peel the plantain. Okay, after that, you're going to cut them, 2 inches long. Just like that. From this plantain you get 5, maybe if it's bigger you get some more, but that's pretty much size of the tostones we're gonna do. Alright, so tostones are twice fried plantains. So basically we already know how to peel them, cut them, and now we're ready for the frying process. So now here I have fryer oil that's been already set up at 350 degrees. And we're gonna start dropping them there slowly. You're going to want to fry them for 4.5 to 5 minutes at least. You're going to flip them over halfway through, about 2.5 minutes. You want a nice golden brown on these. And you want to obviously be ready to start smashing once they come out of the fryer. You don't want to let them sit and get cold, because then they'll be harder to press, and they will crumble on you once they start drying out. Once you flatten them as tostones, you can fry them later on. So if you're having a party or get together, you can always fry the tostones ahead of time and just finish frying them the second time whenever you're ready to give them out to your guests. Alright, so we are right at the 4.5, 5 minute mark right here. You see these plantains are nice and golden brown. So now I've set up a plate with some paper napkins so that absorb all the extra grease. So I'm just going to take all these out. When you do tostones, you want to make sure that you finish them like all the way. Meaning, if you are going to do tostones for a party later on, you want to make sure that you at least press them. And then once you press them, then you can fry them for the party later on. But don't leave them like that to try to press them later, because once these plantains get cold, it'll be really hard to be able to smash it and make tostones out of it. Alright, so now, remember to have your bowl greased up in the bottom. We're going to take the plantain, we're going to press it lightly, and then we're going to go ahead with the bowl and press it like that. And then just take them, we're going to set them up right here. And just like this, I press them lightly first, and then I put a little pressure. You see how it goes out to the side, so it makes that shape. And that's what you're looking for when you're making tostones. Right, so now that we've done regular tostones, I want to show you another couple of ways that you can do tostones to make them for like a get together or a party. So this is what we call a stuffed plantain tostonera. Okay, so what you do is the same thing, but instead of using the plate, you want to use this. And basically, when you press them, it's going to be sort of like a little cup. That cup, you're going to go ahead and fry it just like you're going to do these tostones. You're going to hit them with salt, and then you'll be able to stuff them up with a steak mixture, shrimp mixture, crab, any other stuff for a party, sort of like an hors d'oeuvre. And do another one here so you guys see how it is, right? And then if you don't have anything like this at home, and you can use a ramekin, you can use a shot glass if you have one at your bar, okay? So basically you can smash the plantain with a plate just like you normally do, and then you would put it over the ramekin or the shot glass while it's still hot, and you give them the form that you want. You see that? It's a little cup. And then you fry it just like a tostone, and it'll keep its form just like that, and you'll be able again to stuff it with steak, shrimp, crab, cheese mixture. The possibilities are endless. Alright, so now that we've pressed the tostones, we're going to go ahead and fry them. Your oil needs to be at 350 degrees. You're going to fry them about 2 minutes, 1 minute on each side. So we're going to drop them right on. Once they come out of the fryer, you're going to put them on a paper towel so that it absorbs all that extra fat, and that's the time you want to go ahead and season them. Today we're going to use your salt, but at the restaurant we do coconut sugar. You can do you can toss them in a mojo sauce. You can do a garlic butter. I mean, you can get creative with this, but I'm just making basic tostones. I'm just going to do 1 minute on each side and then hit them with a little salt. So that's been about a minute. I'm going to go ahead and flip them over. Got that nice brown color, that's what you're looking for. Pretty much once they start floating, they're pretty much done. Don't try to overdo them because then they'll dry out and it takes away from the flavor of the plantain. Alright, so these poppies are almost ready. Yeah, nice golden brown. That's what you're looking for. Alright. Now we're going to hit it with a little salt. Just like that. And tostones are ready to go. Enjoy, Hemingway's family.